safe. Before you cross me, look both ways. Leaving the scene with no trace. None in my league. You out of place. I'm not at the top. I'm outer space. Can't eat with us. We're out of place. I'm doing fine. I'm feeling great. You're not my fan. You can't relate. Straight talk going state to state.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, your host is back here on Straight Talk Wrestling's annual WrestleMania preview and our prediction show, of course, as well. And not to be mistaken for any of our other prediction shows, next to me, direct from Sophia Gray, is the one and only voice of reason, Michelle Rougeau. Voice, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Minus the wait in the cold and rain for like almost an hour, but
oh my god,
you know, I'm fine. I got some food, a cup of coffee.
I paid for it, and the coffee's mine too. Yeah, everything's been
thanks.
Unbelievable. Yeah, pound sand. Jesus Christ. All right, guys, as always, the voice is here to join me because she does bring reason to everything that is Straight Talk Wrestling, as I am the passionate fan. She is also the passionate fan, but with a more logical way of thinking.
Yeah, I'm a little more calm.
I'm very passionate about shit. I mean, the last time we did this, I think I went on my rant about how Tony Khan can pound sand.
And your thing was like, get hyped.
Yeah, get hyped. Exactly. I'm very hyped. I'm a good hype man, I think. I'm like the hypest hype man.
You're bringing me down, Brian.
Don't bring me down. Yes. Everybody can quote Family Guy all day long. All right. So we're here to talk night one and night two in one combined prediction and pre-show, kind of manifesting all of our thoughts and opinions on WrestleMania. We talked about the road. We were there for Royal Rumble.
Yes.
We talked about Elimination Chamber. We came up with the iconic thumbnail of Michelle getting her ass beat in the chamber.
I don't know if it was my ass beat, but
you had a rubber bat with nails.
I think that this could do a lot more damage than a chair. Come on now. Oh wait, you said it's rubber?
It is rubber. You didn't obviously you didn't pay attention when you were. Why would I have this in my room with actual blood if it wasn't fake?
I know, like,
come on.
Moving forward.
Launch moment.
Forward.
All right, guys. Sun's out. Girls are out. Let's get together, shall we? All right. So this is the way I think we kind of discussed the card beforehand, but this may change. We don't know the exact, way the matches are going to fall, but this is how we foresee things going. Match number one to kick it off. The rivalry of all rivalries.
Yes.
No, absolutely not. Not the rivalry. This is a rivalry that's kind of spun together because John Cena has some free time in between filming Peacemaker season 2.
I was so thrown off when I saw John Cena. I was like,
what's happening here?
But
this is like young meets experienced.
Okay.
That's what it looks like because they are very much smoldering. I see Austin Theory. It's weird to say this, but it's not like Austin Theory was, the doctor of thugonomics. That was always, Word Life was always, always John Cena's thing. But Austin Theory is that same energy, if you will, that same heelish energy that John Cena had when he originally started before.
Aggression.
Well, that was kind of heel that was kind of face trying to get over when he used to wear the shorts of all the sport teams' colors. Horrible. But then he became who he was.
Yes. And then we all loved him.
We all, and then he sucked again, and then we loved him again, and now he's been gone, and now it's a nostalgic feel. He is that legend that's coming. He's like the Undertaker now. Now that the Undertaker is not there, he will be the one to kind of come and have his WrestleMania moments every year, I believe.
Okay.
Until he, or unless his schedule gets in the way. Like we all remember years ago when The Rock came back when his career was floundering, and he said, "I'm never leaving again." 6 months later, he was out the door. Fast 5 premiered. Like done, deuces, and now he's like the most highest paid person in the world ever, next to Elon Musk, who just shits out money for some reason. The guy says stupid as shit. His stock goes like 9 points. I own it, by the way, so I'm okay with that.
He's actually,
not all of it. I own a little bit.
He's pretty intelligent, Elon Musk. Like in his ramblings, like I watched the Joe Rogan podcast.
Okay, fair enough.
That one, and to be quite fair, he is quite intellectual. But I think when you are like that smart, sometimes it doesn't come out as you being smart because you're just like your brain's.
You're an asshole. You're an egomaniacal asshole.
Thanks for noticing.
No, okay. Well, anyways, back to points at hand. Not to talk about our thoughts and opinions on Elon Musk. Like I said, Austin Theory is that John Cena, Doctor of Thugonomics energy now.
Yeah.
That's the way I kind of perceive him. Not again be confused with the character, but the energy of the person.
Okay.
And this is a chance for Austin Theory to kind of put a staple. If he can get a win over arguably very much arguably one of the greatest champions of all time, and stats alone prove that. I mean, love him or hate him, John Cena is a 16-time world champion.
Exactly.
So he's tied Ric Flair, hasn't beat him, but he's tied him. So the fact of the matter remains, who do you got in this one? Are we going experience, or is John Cena just coming in to put Austin Theory over and disappear again as he goes off to film?
So honestly, when I first saw this matchup, I was like, this is fucking weird. Like, what's happening here? But I definitely think John Cena's here just to push Austin Theory. They've been trying to really push this guy the last little while. You know, he's almost in the mix in almost every main event. Like, you know, you've heard his name or you've seen him. So I think this is a way for them to kind of push him over. Given how like night 2 is gonna go, we have our thoughts. We're gonna get there, but you can't forget this. This also has to come into play. Like everything's gonna wrap up, right? Like
And then
it's
we're
not
gonna
gonna have
begin-
this title forever,
Right, and then we're
He's
going to begin
have
anew.
Yeah, like he's
Okay.
gonna have to move up. And if they are pushing him in that sense, then he's obviously gonna have some sort of title shot at some point, given that he does defeat John Cena, which I think is gonna happen.
I agree with you as well. As much as I love to see John Cena, we're definitely going to get, you know, the nostalgic feel of a John Cena match at WrestleMania. I think Austin Theory wins this one.
Yeah.
And some of the fans may not like that, but it's just the way it's got to go. I mean, he can't be The Undertaker because John Cena has had WrestleMania losses. So he doesn't have a streak or anything like that going that they have to keep going. He is in arguably better shape than The Undertaker was his last few matches. Let's be honest about that.
Yeah.
But I do think that ring rust will come into play. Don't forget me wrong. John Cena can turn it on when he wants to turn it on. But the fact is, John Cena hasn't been consecutively in a ring in a very long time.
Right.
Last time we saw John Cena was SummerSlam. Just before that. Yeah. So it's inevitable that the fact that 6 months later, John Cena again is not going to be 100% ring ready. But I do think this match will be entertaining. But I think Austin Theory does take the win and does retain the U.S. Championship. Moving on to match number 2. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair. We've seen this before.
Yes.
It's when Rhea was the NXT champion. Charlotte challenged her. She punched her ticket at Royal Rumble. She challenged Rhea. The match didn't go Rhea's way. Here we are a few years later. Rhea's now punched her ticket. She wants to undo what was done.
Redemption.
She wants redemption. She
Yeah.
wants to change history. This time it's for a bigger prize. It's not for the NXT championship. Not saying that falls at any major point.
Yeah.
But obviously the SmackDown Women's Championship and the Raw Women's Championship, they're top tier in women's singles in WWE. So, looking at this match, looking at this card, knowing that we've seen these two before, putting aside your thoughts and opinions on Charlotte Flair, you have to be down the middle on this one.
Yeah.
Who do you got on this one?
Rhea.
You got Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen, and it's nothing to Charlotte Flair. We all know she.
No, I say wow like I'm surprised, but I knew that was the answer. I absolutely knew that was the answer.
It's not nothing personal.
It's not personal this time? Okay. So then if it's not personal this time, tell me why you're picking mommy. Why are you picking mommy?
So I want her to be my poppy.
Okay, got you.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
No, but I think she's put in a lot of work. We've known she's badass. We've known she's a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, like I said, redemption.
Mm-hmm.
This now, and because it's a bigger title, so to speak, there's more on the line. It's WrestleMania. It's all or nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it may be a struggle. We know Charlotte's strong as well, but I think Rhea's gonna take it.
Absolutely. I agree with you again on this one, but I agree with you in a different aspect because Rhea Ripley has been kind of stagnant in the Judgment Night storyline.
Okay.
Or Judgment Day storyline, my apologies. Judgment Night was a great movie with Emilio Estevez. But Judgment Day storyline, yeah, it was. Great movie. Actually had a very early appearance by Ari Gold in that one as well. Jeremy Pivens, before he got canceled out for being an asshole. But still, Ari Gold, iconic character.
I know.
The person who played him, not so much, but the character was great.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. So I look at this one and I think she's been stagnant. She's been just kind of in this faction that's kind of had this ongoing beef with Edge that will now end, obviously, at WrestleMania as well. Dominik is putting the story with Rey to bed at WrestleMania. We'll get to our predictions on that later. But I look at Rhea as Rhea is the breakout star. Don't get me wrong. The Judgment Day has a collective group, and even Dominik Mysterio has grown on me. When he was yelling at his mom before that match became official, I was like, motherfucker, if I was Rey, I'd punch him in the face, and Rey did. And actually, CM Punk trolling on socials was great too. It's like, good for you, Rey. I've been wanting to punch him for years.
Yeah.
So shout out to CM Punk on that one, man. CM Punk may not be, actively in the business right at this minute, but still, giving us those CM Punk tidbits that are perfect. Not too much, not too little, just enough. So
the superhero that we need. Not necessarily that we
want, but that we need
on Twitter.
Well, the social hero, the social media superhero, if you will, for sure. But I see that because she's been stagnant in this faction, she is the breakout star. She is the one that's going to move on to do bigger and better things. And this is kind of a staple to the fans, kind of like a coming out party, if you will, to say, okay, she's done with the faction. Not so much physically, but definitely emotionally, she's moved on past this faction. You know, if the Dominik match goes the way I think it's going to go, that'll be the breaking point, in my honest opinion. But as we go right now, this is redemption for Rhea Ripley. This is not about Judgment Day. You know, this is not about Rhea Ripley, Judgment Day versus Charlotte Flair legacy. This is about Rhea Ripley, the star in her own right, versus the legacy that is the Flairs.
Right.
And I think the only person that can knock Charlotte Flair down a peg or two is Rhea Ripley. 100%. So
Absolutely.
I agree with you on that one. We're 2 for 2 right now.
Look at us
Don't
go.
worry, the match card is very, very
there's so
long.
many matches,
So we're
sure.
definitely going to disagree. 150%. All right, next match on the card. And again, people may be surprised. Why is this one so early? It's so early as a means to an end, in our opinion. This one will probably be the under main event when night one does hit. But regardless of the fact, I wanted to talk about this one as early in the show as possible because we are definitely going to have a lot to say about this one. And if you don't mind, I will take the reins and go first on this one.
Because I'm just gonna get it out of the way. I do not care who wins this match.
It's gonna be
I do not
electric.
care. It's going to be fucking fantastic.
Absolutely. So we know that Sami Zayn separated himself at Royal Rumble, which I think we called, or I called at least. I said it was going to happen relatively soon.
Somebody called it.
So Sami Zayn cut ties with the bloodline, and he's kind of aligned with his frenemy for life, Kevin Owens, to bring down one of the major title holders in the bloodline, being the Usos, for the Undisputed Championships. So the fact is that we didn't know where Jimmy stood, where his alliances were, because his heart was broken at Royal Rumble. His heart was broken. It was. And by the way, fantastic acting performance from Jimmy Uso. Or Jey Uso, my apologies. Flawless. Absolutely flawless. But the fact is that this is without a doubt a story that we've talked about it to no end. It's written itself 1,000 times over. Jimmy, Jay, you could say their names wrong 50,000 times. God knows I do, because half the time I can't really tell the ones. Unless the announcers say it, it's very hard for me. But the fact is that this storyline has been the best thing in wrestling in a very long time, and they've wrote it perfectly. And the build is now, it's too bad they didn't try to hold it to 40, but I could see why, because Roman definitely does need some time off. It's a 3-year reign. Let the man breathe. He's done his due diligence. He's put his work in. So the fact is that whoever wins this match, like Michelle said, it's going to be a banger, but there has to be a winner, and we have to pick it. And I'm going to align myself, as I always do, because I am a Kevin Owens mark. I'm aligning myself with Sami and Kevin. I believe the time for the Usos to be title holders is over, and it's the only way for the story to go logically.
Changing of the guard.
It has to happen. If they lose the titles, that means we definitely know that Cody versus Roman, they're going to throw everything they can at Cody, but we already know which way that's going to go. This will kind of be a prelude to the way we know that story is going to go. And I think Sami and Kevin will come out victorious. Now, mind you, their championship reign will be very short-lived because the two love to fight forever. Yeah. So this allegiance, again, is just a means to an end. But that shirt is sick, by the way. Okay, Zaynamania.
Oh, yeah.
KO Mania. Come on. Right? WrestleZania. KO Mania. That's a great shirt. I'm definitely buying myself that shirt. They know how to get me. They do know how to get me.
Wait for night 2 when everything is...
Of course. Absolutely. But regardless of the fact, this match is going to be probably one of the matches we're looking so forward to in the entire 2-night span. And I'm picking Kevin and Sami. Where are you going with this one?
Excuse me. Probably Kevin and Sami too, right? Like it had, like I said, changing of the guard. Like everything needs to kind of flow and switch now, right? Things need to change, so I think that's the way it's going to be. But honestly, when I looked at the matches for both nights, this was the only one I gave a shit.
Wow, really?
This is the only one that I was like, wow, I can't wait to see that match.
Because you know it's going to be one hell of a show, and the Usos know how to have it. The only match that would, I dare say, take top spot for me in this type of field would be if my boys FTR came back, and it was FTR now versus the Usos now. Because when they met before, it wasn't the same teams that are now. They're older, they're wiser, they're mature. They're right there. The fact is that FTR versus the Usos would slap.
We can dream. We can put it out.
I don't know. I mean, Dax and Cash have been teasing me a lot with, we haven't put pen to paper. And I listen, I met them. They're awesome dudes to meet in person. They're genuine human beings. And wherever they end up, of course, I would love to see them back in WWE, because I just think that they have redemption themselves to do in WWE. There's unfinished business there, and I feel like that would be great for them to be back on kind of WWE soil and get that thing right. But we're not talking about what ifs, we're talking about the right nows, and we are 3 for 3 right now. We're aligning ourselves. Wow. High five. It's still early on, though. We're only 3 for 3.
Celebrate the little victories.
All right, this one I know we're gonna disagree.
Are you sure?
The Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, taking on arguably the best celebrity roster member WWE has ever had. I put that out there. Logan Paul has put the work in. Now people will say, "Oh, yeah, private one-on-one sessions with Shawn Michaels." So what?
Who cares?
This is a guy who respects the business enough to take the one-on-one sessions. A lot of celebrities are just like, "Oh, come in, I'll do a couple things. I'll smile and take." Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, these guys changed the landscape of what celebrities in wrestling could be. They put the work in.
Yeah.
And I talked about this match beforehand. Logan Paul has the ability. He's great. The contract is running out, but regardless of the fact, Logan Paul needs to kind of win over the WWE universe.
Yeah.
So I said this. We all knew that The Undertaker was much like the IC title. When the IC title was a prelude to the heavyweight title, The Undertaker was a prelude to the roster. If you got over on The Undertaker, or you showed and proved with The Undertaker in a match, you got a straight shot towards any kind of success.
The judge in like that court thing they had in the back.
Pretty much. But also, too, he was the guy out front that if you look at Jeff Hardy, we all wanted Jeff Hardy to get a title ring. He had that match with The Undertaker.
I know.
It slapped. And then what happened? Jeff Hardy had a title reign, right? The Undertaker was the audition process to see how the WWE universe would take to these stars.
Yes, okay.
Seth Rollins is the Undertaker now.
Okay.
That's the way I look at it. So for this match, Logan Paul has to beat Seth Rollins to show and prove to the universe that still is kind of on the fence about him, to show those people who are still not sold on Logan Paul that he can do it. Seth Rollins is a man of business. Seth Rollins knows that sometimes you got to take the L for the greater good of the business. Logan Paul will beat Seth Rollins, and he will re-sign with the company for another couple of dates. Honestly and truly, I believe that. That's my thought process on that. Have I changed your opinion?
No, you had my opinion all along.
Did I have you at hello?
No, you didn't have me at hello.
Oh,
that was my opinion before you started. I thought Logan Paul was going to take it, but
Pound sand twice.
This one.
Try getting that out of your bush. Long story short.
I don't know what you think's going on here. But,
there is nothing going on here. The fact is that you're an ass, and sometimes you need to be corrected. SophiaGray.com/_Michelle Rougeau for all your needs. All right. This one is new. It's exciting. It's been done before. Not with these stars and celebrities, but it has been done before in this context of, the legends that can still go, like a Trish, like a Lita, uniting them with arguably one of the forefronts of women's wrestling in the modern decade, Becky Lynch, going up against Damage Control. A trios match of minuscule proportions. I'm not overly excited for this match, even though I know Damage Control I know this match is going to be entertaining.
Right.
The fact is, this is not one of the women's matches I'm excited to see on the card. There's a couple on night 2 that I'm really excited to see, obviously being the Raw Women's Championship match.
Yeah.
But regardless of the fact, this one will be entertaining. I'm going to kick it to you on this one because I really don't know where to go for this. I don't know how it's going to work. Are you going to take Damage Control? Because by the way, Damage Control has almost been together for a full calendar year. We're literally 4 months away. They're 8 months into their whole United Front, right?
Okay.
They lost the titles to Lita and Becky.
Yeah.
They don't have any gold. They're kind of snagging. I feel like Damage Control is due for a win. And I feel like we would expect the Legends and Becky to win this one. But I almost feel like Damage Control is so good at being bad that they'll find a way to cheat to win. But now, mind you, Becky did cut a pretty good promo where she was breathing pretty heavily. She got really intense, where she was talking about how Dakota and Io have been with Bayley for so long and they've done nothing. They're just her lackeys. So there's definitely been seeds of doubt planted in their heads, whether they know it or not. Becky's words are definitely renting space.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care who wins because this is not going to affect. This just has to tie up a storyline.
I don't know. Initially, when you asked, I thought, the Legends are going to take it. These guys can fall apart and Bayley can get back to her singles action.
Mm-hmm. And is that where you're going with it?
Yeah, because then after we can probably see Becky and Bayley.
And a grudge
whatever.
match, no
Yeah,
titles,
yeah,
just for respect.
Like, yeah. You beat my team. No, like I know, and I know I'm better than you. So how about just you and me, fist for fist, punch for punch. We don't need backup.
Okay. They should do a fight pit match. I think that'd be awesome with those two. A fight pit match.
They're both. Sorry, they're both pretty gritty though. Like
They have their moments.
Yeah, you know?
I think Bayley in this new character outlook has definitely been a little bit more on the grittier side of stuff.
Yeah.
Where Becky's been like a woman of the people, if you will.
Right.
But I feel like Damage Control is going to lose this one.
Yeah.
I feel like you're right. I think it's about time they broke up, and I feel like Becky's promo putting the seeds of doubt into their heads just makes logical sense. So at the end of this day, I think you and I are decided that Damage Control is going to take it, but again, we don't care.
No.
This is one of those matches that it has to be on the card because it ties up a nice story.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't change the landscape of anything that we have. No titles are on the line. This is just a match for straight respect.
Yes, but I also think that a cool storyline can come out of it. There are 6 women. Well, okay, let's say 4 minus Trish and Lita. That something could come about. Like, you know, somebody could like fuck somebody up in the match and then tag somebody else.
What
and
about
be like, I'm coming for you? Or
what about something that Trish Stratus has never done in her career?
Turn on Lita?
Go heel. Lita's been the heel because they are the true frenemies, much like Kevin and Sami are the frenemies now.
Yeah.
These two were the original frenemies.
Yeah.
So what if a lot of people are buzzing saying that there could be a Trish heel turn? But again, I don't know because I don't know if I want to see Trish full time. I respect her. She's a legacy. She's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
But I mean, is the women's roster that bad that we need to bring back the Hall of Famers to fill the void? I feel like there are some women that are being held down. Like Natty deserves one more solid run.
Yeah.
I feel like Raquel Rodriguez is coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, sorry, Mrs. Braun Strowman. They officially tied the knot a few weeks ago. So congratulations to them. Congratulations. You know, but at the end of the day, I feel like every time I see the Legends return, even if it's the men's roster,
Yeah.
I feel like it's a slap in the face to the current talent. It's like, we don't think you guys can hang, so we got to bring back the OGs to put the butts in the seats.
Necessarily.
No, am I wrong though?
No,
am I wrong?
No, it could be
Mhm.
very much that.
If you remember that
But
women's
it's
roster right
something-
now, knowing that you could have had one of those 2 spots, would you not be pissed off? Come on, let's think about it.
WrestleMania.
You're missing out on a big bonus, a big
Yes,
paycheck,
but you know
TV
what
time.
The person I am, my thought is, you know what? Now I have 365 days to do what I got to do to prove to whoever it is that I got to prove to
Mhm.
that I deserve a spot like that, because currently in my situation, clearly they don't think that I can handle it. So what do I do to secure a spot like that?
Okay, but not
Right.
everybody's like you. A lot of people
No,
kick
but-
around a rock and bitch and
No,
complain, right?
Of course. Well, then, I don't know. Tough titty. Like, I don't know what to say to you. Right? If you want an opportunity, you want the shot, feel my froggy jump.
Okay. A little bit long-winded on the answer, but I got the answer I was looking for. So are we 4 for 4 right now?
We're 4 for 4, my friend.
All right, let's not get excited. All right.
Look, Dominik, why is he so like?
Well, he's
I gotta do
focused.
this.
He's focused. I feel like he channeled his inner Eddie in that picture. Shout out to the OG Eddie Guerrero Latino Heat. Love that guy. Lie, cheat, steal. Do what you got to do. So, Prison Dom versus, why'd you laugh? That's the character. Come on. Prison
Because
Dom.
I think of Prison Mike when you say prison.
Got you. Okay.
Prison Mike. The worst thing about prison was the Dementors.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. All right. So it's father versus son. A story as old as time. It's been done so many different ways. But this is something we knew was a long thing coming. And I feel like if Rhea wins and Dominik takes the L,
Yeah.
we're going to see the undoing of the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
It's done. I feel like it's done. But I honestly feel like this is a match that we knew was building to this.
Right.
And if Ray's going to go out, who better to go
Than
out
his
against than his son? Literally a passing of the torch. Storyline wise, no. But in the ring, we know these two are going to slap. And we know that one thing I will say about Dominik Mysterio is that the kid can wrestle.
Okay.
He just really hasn't been given a fair share. And he's also been in Ray's kind of
Shadow,
shadow,
yeah.
but also Damian Priest's shadow, Finn Balor's shadow. He's kind of just been there as Rhea Ripley's manager in a lot of ways.
Okay.
So I feel like this is a time for him to shine, and it's also time for him to show and prove. If he can, whoop Ray cleanly,
Right.
the audience might take to him instead of him being a meme. A lot of people like him. A lot of people think he's got, you know. But do I think that Dominik Mysterio's a future world champion? Do you think that Dominik Mysterio is a future world champion? I have a tier for Dominik Mysterio, and world champion is not in that tier. IC title is not in that tier.
Really?
No. Dominik Mysterio will forever be a US champion.
Oh
Dominik Mysterio will never get Gunther has brought that title back to glory. Despite what it looks like, he's brought it back to glory. I can't have it be sullied after the reign that Gunther's been on. Sullied, yes, by Dominik Mysterio. Listen, I respect the kid, and I think this match is going to be great.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Dominik Mysterio's peak as a single star is US champion.
Yeah, I was just being generous. So I was like, okay, maybe IC.
You actually were going to throw him in the IC title?
But here's the thing, he's still so young, right? There's still a lot that he can learn. Like
you have legacy built in. You gotta fucking
not
literally
everybody can take their dad's moves and use them over and over again.
I know that.
Flair, all right?
Oh my god. Okay, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
But in the same aspect, he literally got here. Here's the key, kid. Open a door, run with it.
Yeah.
He has not shown and proved to me why he needs to be there.
Okay. No, and that's fair. That's fair.
Other than the name, he has not shown to me. And I know there's going to be keyboard warriors to prove me wrong.
Not to prove you wrong, but to just be on his own and stand on his own 2 feet in a match where it's like.
If there were only 2 matches on the card, Michelle, sorry to interrupt, but if there's only 2 matches on the card, Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul and Dominik versus Rey.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
That's not even fair. You like.
Who's the better wrestler, Logan Paul or Dominik Mysterio? Sorry, say that again so everyone can hear it, please.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. Logan Paul. Logan Paul, somebody who's been in the business for less than a year.
Was it at WrestleMania? Not WrestleMania, sorry. Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber? When he did that thing, was it with Ricochet?
That was at Royal Rumble.
That's what sealed the deal for me on that guy. Like, I've seen him in other things. Like, he's very much into Pokemon, which drew me in, like, automatically because Pokemon has actually been very, very lucrative lately, like the Pokemon cards and collecting and everything. But when he pulled that off, I don't care what anybody has to say about him and any other aspect. Like, he has talent and some capacity to learn and be able to do that. Because any one of you, I'm sure, even after a little bit of training, would not be able to pull something like that off, right? So
I could have been a wrestler for 30 years. I still wouldn't be able to pull that off.
Get your shit together, man.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I don't know how we picked. I think if they give Dominik the win, then they see something in him, and I'll respect that. If they give Rey the win, I've got my answer. Somebody will be released before SummerSlam.
My initial thought was, you know what? Regardless of which way this goes, the winner is going to walk away with that respect, and then the loser is going to walk away. Like, hey, if Rey loses, like you got beat by your kid. Yeah. Right. But if Dominik loses, like, haha, your daddy whipped your ass on national TV on WrestleMania in front of, which I think would be. Just can I say this? Can I say this without being like that guy? I feel like the whole world is going to be more excited about CM Punk's reply than this match. So what's the next match on the card? So we're gonna go ahead and see it. Wait, did you pick? Don't care. Do I have to pick? You have to pick. We have to have a winner. You have to pick. It's the rules of any prediction show, man. You got to pick. Rey Mysterio. I loved him since he was Rey Mysterio Jr. WCW. You got to go with my guy. Loved him since that, right up there. The iconic match. Come on. The purple suit, you got to love it. Banger. This match will never equal that one. Just saying. All right. So now. This is going to be entertaining as fuck. Am I right? All right. Well, look at Chad Gable. He's so fucking happy to be there. Look at that. Like, look at that. Come on. It's amazing. And then Mr. Bianca Belair looks just so good. I'm here. So good, absolutely. All right, so let's talk. We got the Street Profits, we got Ricochet and Strowman, we've got Alpha Academy, and we've got the Viking Raiders, who have definitely had a resurgence since coming back. They've definitely utilized them well. Sarah Logan, not so much, with coming out as Valhalla, and then also having a character in NXT with around the same name as her. I feel bad, man, because you know what? Sometimes you can't blame the wrestler. Sometimes it's what they're creative. It's creative. It's creative. You can't get your shit together and know that you don't want to separate these two people because they're separate people on separate shows. Like
You want to keep
on.
husband and wives
Yeah.
together. You want to keep husband and wives together.
Can, but why does it have to be a thing?
I guess just because it's
you see-
kind of a thing because
So I see it in the way of like, okay, like they have a newborn, or not a newborn, but they have like a small child, right?
Mhm.
In that sense, I'm like, okay.
same thing with Becky and
yes,
Seth. They've got
right,
a
like,
small child, yeah.
for personal reasons like moving, traveling, and stuff. I'm okay, you know.
Also to have the
But-
same days off to be a
Yes,
family.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
exactly.
Same thing with
Okay.
Miz and Maurice when she was actively in the company.
Yeah.
She had the same schedule as he did.
Which I think is, it's nice.
It's admirable.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
regardless of the family logistics thing aside, this match will be entertaining. There's nothing really on the line for this one. I think there might be a title shot in the future for one of these four teams.
Okay.
But regardless of the fact, looking at this teams, Strowman and Ricochet, a resurgence for themselves, very entertaining as a team together. But they've had their shot and they passed their point. The Street Profits, they've been there. I kind of want the barbershop, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty thing to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I do. Alpha Academy stagnant. You know what? I'm going to shock everyone right now when they watch my show because I'm very picky on who I choose.
That's who I was gonna say.
I'm
it's my
going for
dark horse.
I'm going for the Viking Raiders. I'm going for the honestly. I feel like the Viking Raiders need to have that big WrestleMania win,
Yeah.
and it may not be big to us, but this match.
It's big
Can
to
I
them,
say
yeah.
that I'm excited to see this match more than I am Rey and Dominik?
No, because I'm probably right there with you. Like
Exactly.
I think that match will be whatever it is to tie up whatever ends. For whatever its purpose, it's gonna serve it. But like for entertainment value,
I think we're gonna get a lot of oh my god moments out of this match.
yeah. I think this one, and I think any of the tag team matches that we have, anybody that's
Oh yeah, the tag team matches are definitely highlighted in this year's. Well, we both feel the same way about tag team. Tag team wrestling is the truest is wrestling in its purest form, in my opinion. Again, it's my opinion.
yes, because
So,
it's one thing
Hold off on the
be
people.
one-on-one with somebody, but when you got to work in tandem with
Well, also too, it's almost, and don't forget when you're a tag team, that your partner is an extension of you. So the fact that you can look at each other, know what you want to do without saying a word,
twin telepathy without
it's
being
awesome.
twins.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
exactly. I like that. So we're both going Viking Raiders. Are we gonna clear day one in a straight like victory before we head to day two?
I was like, they're the as much as Alpha Academy is kind of the underdog, and I love Chad Gable,
They're
I love
not the
him.
underdog though. The fans love them.
They are, in a sense, like when you're matching them up against these guys, I would.
You would put them as the underdog again
No.
over Ricochet and Strowman. I think the team that you have
this
to
side is definitely like the underdogs, and that side is that's how I
compared
see it.
to
Yes,
fan
yes,
likability. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel
And
like the
what I've
Raiders.
seen and
I feel like because the Viking Raiders got a shit show when they first came up when they were the War Raiders in NXT. They killed it, and then they came up. They came up and they were just blah because Vince McMahon wouldn't know a good tag team if
I know,
somebody
it's so
slapped
sad.
them.
It's so sad how many of those NXT stars
They
like,
got fucked over by
yeah,
Vince McMahon.
yeah,
They
yeah,
did.
yeah,
They absolutely did. All right, so we're both going Viking Raiders on this one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's paint our faces like that, George. Okay, maybe let's not. That was.
I've got the
outrageous.
I've got the forehead for the
Oh.
arrow.
You want?
I do.
You know what?
The hairline used to be here. I saw a picture of me like 10 years ago. It used to be here. This is
Sasha
what
can help
kids.
me with the eyeliner.
Yeah, for sure. You could. I mean, really, all you got to do is cry, and you get that effect. It's really
Cut some onions.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or work out while you have makeup on, and it's the same effect.
No, see, I can't mix Sophia Gray with.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. All right. Anyways, speaking of more tag team action, this is now day 2. So we did clear day 1.
Oh,
We cleared day 1. Wow.
I don't want to jinx it.
I don't want to jinx it either. Let's see how the night goes. We still got another 20 minutes or so of predictions in us.
Yeah.
So this is what we believe would kick off day 2. This is another a couple thrown together teams, but a couple teams that are in unison. Definitely when you look at unison, you look at Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this isn't Ronda Rousey's typical WrestleMania match. She's more used to being the center of attention.
Right.
But you know what? You can't always be in the main event, and the storylines really didn't justify that. Now, Natty and Shotzi, I enjoy. Liv and Raquel, interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
Sonya and Chelsea, also very interesting.
interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So you've got pretty much 3 kind of thrown together tag teams on a united front, all been in some way, shape, or form fucked over by Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. So they definitely have the targets on their back.
Yeah.
But when I look at who's going to take this, there's no other team but Ronda and Shayna that have that twin telepathy.
Okay.
So that may be their
their edge,
their
yeah.
superpower, if you will, in this match. Now, when I look to skill, Natty and Shotzi, hands down.
Yeah.
When I
absolutely.
look to perseverance and raw power, Liv Morgan and
And
Raquel.
Raquel.
When I look at a dark horse that I have no idea what to expect, obviously Sonya and Chelsea. So there's different ways that this could go, but you know what? I honestly and truly believe that Shotzi and Natty need that WrestleMania win.
Okay.
I think Natty may
Okay.
have had one or two,
Right.
but regardless of the fact, I feel like they need the win, and that's why I'm going to give it to them.
Okay.
And I also don't like that Shayna and Valhalla have the same makeup. Very similar.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Very similar. So I'm going myself with Shotzi and Natty in this one. I feel like Natty's due for
This is where we fall
WrestleMania
apart,
minimum.
my
Are we
friend.
falling apart? Wow. All right, who you got? Who you got on this one? Who you got?
Honestly,
Okay.
Raquel and Liv Morgan.
Okay. I don't hate it.
I just think
If you
the
had said
way-
Sonya and Chelsea, I probably would have said, go ahead, see yourself out.
No,
No.
because I think on one of the other shows I was on,
Sorry, this is bothering me. There's a white cat hair right there. Okay, it's good. Yeah, no, it was just fucking annoying me. I was gonna do one of these, and you would have been like, "What the hell's happening here?"
It was a gnat. I got a gnat.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
They've really been pushing Raquel, especially the last few pay-per-views.
Okay.
And when I take a look at this, I see a lot of those mid-carders that I was talking about. Not necessarily like they're bad, but those are the natties, if you will. Natty, very strong in the ring, very good worker. You know that she will bend over backwards for the company because this is what she loves, and
Mhm.
like she works hard at it, and she's incredible. And I'd love to see her in a title match. But I think she does her best work when she's working with other women and helping them become better and putting them over. I really do think that's where I like seeing her, and I don't know, that's what would give me the most like satisfaction of like this
Bang
is
for your
something-
buck.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is what I'm doing. Given that she also like does the heart, like she trains in the dungeon, she brings people there. So but Raquel, she's really been just pushed. And
You feel like Raquel and Liv are gonna get that
Yeah.
that moment.
yeah, they're the only ones that I'm like, this is different
Okay.
in a sense.
Okay.
Like,
I
this
don't
is different.
hate where you're going with it. I see it.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll have to see how that one plays out.
We're gonna have to see, buddy.
So
Loser takes a shot.
I'm okay with that. That means everybody wins.
Yeah.
Everybody
We
wins.
should do a drinking game. Every time someone says, we'll come up with rules.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll tweet
We're
it.
gonna
We'll
be
tweet it.
sloshed.
We'll tweet it. We'll figure it. Anytime Michael Cole says anything, we take a shot.
Oh my.
All right. Now, let's talk. I don't even know where to begin. Listen, Brock and Omos. We all know that the backstage rumors is that Brock did not approve Bray Wyatt. For whatever reason, there was rumors. It's never been.
He was not feeling that.
He was not feeling the Bray Wyatt storyline, so he did approve Omos. Now, I get this. I get it. This is Beast versus Beast. This is Giant versus Giant. This is Brock Lesnar versus Omos. And the title pretty much writes itself.
Yeah.
And when I said I don't know where to begin, it's because this match is very simplistic. In a way, I feel like Brock Lesnar is getting up there. He definitely still has a few more runs in him for sure.
Right.
But I feel like he's getting up there. And I feel like this is a perfect test for Omos to see if he's got the staying power. I feel like Omos has kind of had, again, stagnity to him, if that's even a word. He's been very stagnant. He's just kind of there. He's not in a title picture.
Okay.
He's not. Now, mind you, if this match wasn't approved and Brock had gone the other way, I would have loved to throw Omos into the Intercontinental match and made it a four-way.
Okay.
I think that would have slapped really, really good.
Yeah.
But regardless of the fact, I look at this one as Brock versus Omos. If Omos wins, it's almost like the company's giving him a thumbs up, like, okay, kid,
Okay.
we're gonna let you run with it. If Brock
Okay.
wins, it's like Omos has still work to do. So
Okay.
I feel like this will depend really on the read of the crowd. We all know that sometimes game time decisions are made.
Yes.
But I feel like this will depend on the build has been okay, not great
Right.
for me. But regardless of the fact, this match is one I am looking forward to, but it's also, to me, it's a popcorn match. It's where you refill your drink, maybe you go to the bathroom. If you're a smoker, you go outside. If you're a weed smoker, you go outside or you puff in your house. I mean, I do both. But regardless of the fact, I think that Omos takes this one. And if he does, it's the company's kind of thumbs up, like, hey,
Okay.
kid, we see something in you.
Okay.
Kind of like what with Dominik.
Yeah.
Again, if he beats Rey, it's kind of like, okay, you're giving us what we need right now.
Right.
But I don't know yet. I'm not fully sold on either of those matches. So for this one, I'm going to go with almost on this one. And a lot of people might be like, oh, why don't you pick Brock Lesnar? Well, sometimes you got to be different. It's WrestleMania. This is the one pay-per-view where literally, much like Royal Rumble, anything can happen.
Yeah, almost anything can happen.
Anything can happen. So who you got on this one? All right. So night 2, we are 0 for 2 on United Fronts.
You know what? I think
We were in symmetry in night 1, but I feel like night 2 we're gonna fall apart.
I know. I don't think we're gonna.
I don't think we're gonna.
Maybe the last match. I think we're both on the same page there.
We are, but you never know. I mean, we could be on the same page, but we could just see the ending differently. So we haven't got there yet. We're almost there, but we're not there yet. So you're choosing Brock, and are you choosing Brock for the fact that you think Omos still has work to do?
No.
So you're just choosing Brock because it's Brock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like seeing him now. He's happy. Like
yeah, you do like Cowboy Brock. You're a big fan of Cowboy Brock.
Happy.
Mountain Man Brock Lesnar, you love him.
That guy.
Reminds you of Yellowstone, doesn't it?
I love that guy.
I hope that Brock Lesnar makes a cameo on Yellowstone one day. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine him and fucking the one Dutton we all hate, Jamie? He's like Jamie's muscle. Dun dun dun. Could you imagine Beth slapping him around? Be sick.
We know Jamie's a bitch.
Taylor Sheridan, get at us. We got ideas. We're big Yellowstone marks, by the way, guys, just in case anybody's wondering. All right, next match, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
This is a match where only the bloodiest of feuds can end. And I like the fact that we're getting a Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. We haven't had a Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania since Shane versus Kevin Owens a few WrestleManias ago.
And that match was actually
was decent. Kevin took the Mick Foley dive from the top. It didn't really work out for him, unfortunately.
No.
Or no, sorry.
No, it was
Shane that took it. My apologies. Because then Sami saved him. See? Frenemies. That's right.
I would do that.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, where's the popcorn? You know what I mean?
To reevaluate this concept.
Are you really? I got you that hat.
I
bought you that hat.
I think Sasha's now my best friend.
Oh, well, that's okay.
And,
She's my best friend too, so we're good. I married her. All right, so Edge versus Finn Balor.
Okay.
Like I said, Hell in a Cell, blood feuds. This is where it all comes to fruition. This is pretty much, if Edge wins, Judgment Day is over, and they got to figure out what to do with these talents.
Yeah.
If Balor wins, Judgment Day is over, and they got to figure out what to do with these talents.
How do you see this one going?
I'm kind of, I don't care.
Yeah.
Is it wrong to say, like, I know this match is going to be entertaining, but either way, as long as Judgment Day is over, I'm okay. I don't hate the faction. It's just, it's past its prime. It's past its expiration date. Yeah. I'm over it now.
Yeah.
I feel like Finn Balor has got to get back that demon side of him that we saw from SummerSlam.
Hear me out.
Okay. All right. Roll with it. I was going to give my prediction, but go ahead. I'm ready to go down.
That you're on. You said demon, and I'm like, oh.
Okay, I see where you're going. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Go ahead.
So.
Okay.
Finn Balor loses. Puts up a good fight.
So it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah. But it's going to be entertaining.
Who will bleed first? Let's go with that first. Who do you think will bleed first? Edge or Balor? Who do you think wears a crimson mask better? Edge or Balor? Somebody's got to bleed in this match.
It has to. I think we're both going to bleed.
But who bleeds first? Who gets cut open first?
Because
I'm gonna go with the Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I think Edge bleeds first.
And okay, who cares about that? Because what has me excited about this actually is Edge beats Finn Balor.
Okay.
Finn Balor is now like, what the fuck am I even doing here?
Okay.
You know, you get kind of upset. You're like, oh my god, like what the hell?
He's been wondering that for a few years.
You know what I mean? What the fuck am I doing here? Literally.
Okay.
I think that was such a great time for Finn Balor in his whole entire career, was being himself in a sense. And I think since he got injured and then had to like relinquish the title, like whatever the case, it's been weird. I want to see him get
like that.
I'm not saying give him a title shot again, but that aspect of him being badass as himself, but then having that edge, that other personality.
So kind of mix Prince Devlin.
Yes.
With Finn Balor Demon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because
okay.
Then we got Bray Wyatt in the mix.
Okay.
Nobody's been able to face this guy. Brock Lesnar won't even have a match with him. And I honestly think it's because
The story does
of
write
the
itself.
story.
Yeah, the story
Like,
does write itself.
Brock is I want to fight kind of person. So
It's not
I
really
agree.
into the
Yes,
mind games. Yeah.
So
I see that.
yeah. But Demon King.
It writes itself.
you
I'm
know.
not, I don't hate it.
No.
I don't
And I
hate
don't
it.
think it's the best thing that could happen out of this match. But
It's the story we need, not the one. It's the story we want, not the one we really
it's
need.
the story I want.
I want it too, actually. I don't hate it. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And I did also love the fact that when in NXT, depending on where they were, like Texas when he came out with Leatherface, did the whole chainsaw thing. When they were in the UK, when they were in the UK, they did the Jack the Ripper.
I know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cerebral. I love that.
Very good. Yeah. Cerebral.
Yeah.
Triple H definitely had his creative mark on that for sure. I could see that. I think Finn Balor needs that breath of fresh air. And I think we've talked about it for a while, or at least I've talked about it on a few podcasts that I've been a guest on, is that Balor needs to have that one run. It doesn't have to be a title run. It's just that one run of really showing off what he could do as long as he stays healthy, stays the course, which he seems to be on that way. And also Balor is one of those guys I feel like ever since the resurgence in NXT when he came back as Devlin and we got to see who he wanted to be.
Right.
I almost feel like this is a chance. We saw bits of it in Judgment Day, and it was fun to see him as the heel, and he looked like to be having fun with all of them. But I think it's time for him to move past it. So I honestly and truly believe Balor wins.
Okay.
But the Judgment Day still ends.
Right. That has to happen.
This is a chance for Triple H to see, do we still have something?
Okay.
Does he still have something in him?
Right.
That I want to say, okay, let's green light this demon thing again. So I'm going to take a little bit of your idea and say that Balor's got to win.
Okay.
And I feel like Edge, we all know that Edge is going to retire at SummerSlam in Toronto. It's not going to be this year. Obviously, it's going to be next year.
Yeah.
But I think Edge's got to kind of start riding off into the sunset a little bit, winding down. The storyline ends. I think that Balor's going to win, but I still think the Judgment Day is going to end. That's the way I see it. What about you?
Yeah,
If after all that you pick Edge, I'm going to be like, you're just being an asshole. Now you're just being a fucking asshole.
But I mean, that was the story that I proposed, that Edge wins. And
okay, so you're going Edge. So we're okay. I'm still taking part of your story.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that Balor wins, and maybe that reignites the fire that has been kind of dimmed.
Maybe like, he wins and he's like, I can do this by myself.
I don't need Damian Priest.
Okay.
I don't need Dominik. I definitely don't need Dominik Mysterio. Again, and I'm not shitting on Dominik because he does have talent. I just feel like he hasn't lived up to the potential.
Though, right? Like you can't at the end of the day, it's a character that he's playing or that he's portraying. If we don't like what he's doing, we don't like. And maybe that is what his job is to do, to make us not like it. Like, Maybe. But
no, yeah, you're right. No, I know that it's a character. I know that it's written for him.
No, I mean,
I just don't even think that he's playing it to full potential. He could get a lot more heat than I feel like he's phoning it in a lot of the time.
That's not especially when you're a heel. Like
I feel like the only time I saw him really get intense is when he told his mom to shut up. That was the only time I really believed, okay, this little kid needs to get it. Oh, if I was Rey, I would have came out with a belt.
Yeah.
I'd been like, what the fuck did you just say? Viva la raza.
I'm not gonna talk to Vicky like that.
No, he wasn't talking to Vicky. He was talking to Rey's wife.
Oh my god, why did I mix that up?
Well, technically, Vicky would have been his stepmom, so you won't be wrong.
It's 8:30, guys.
Yeah. Sophia Graying all day long.
All day, baby.
All day long. All right. This is one of the matches, the women's match that I've been very excited to see. Asuka versus Bianca Belair. This one, I think, is going to be a show stealer of the entire WrestleMania. I feel like Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks had such a great match.
Right.
2 years ago. Bianca's match last year was incredible. Yeah. She's going to drop the title to Asuka. Yeah. Asuka's ready for a title reign. She came back. She killed it at Elimination Chamber. I wasn't happy that it was her because I saw a couple other versions of the story going, but I didn't hate that it was her either. But I feel like this match is going to hit hard. It's going to hit fast. It's definitely going to outshine Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. And I feel like Bianca's going to drop the title. She had a great reign, great couple of reigns, but we need not so much a fresh champion because Asuka's been there before, but we need Asuka to have a solid reign. I need a solid reign, and I feel like the women's roster is now better for Asuka in terms of her skill set. And I feel like with Triple H there, we're getting a chance for her to, I guess, the reins to be loosened a little bit. Because Vince McMahon had his way. You get 5 moves, everybody, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like this match is definitely going to be something special.
Okay.
But I'm choosing Asuka for the win.
Okay. I'm not upset at that.
But you're not gonna agree with me.
And now I don't know if I'm not agreeing with you because
Doing it on purpose. Just fucking doing it on purpose.
no,
Just say your
I
damn
don't-
pick.
Here's the thing, I don't want to do that on purpose. Honestly, I would love to see Bianca Belair.
Retain.
Yeah, just because.
Wow.
Just because
Okay.
I think she is a solid role model.
So you want her to go past the year reign, eh? Wow.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know if it's like the little kid in me who didn't have like that many people to look up to that be like, oh my god, she looks like me, or whatever the case is.
A lot
Like,
of people
there
that
isn't-
you did look up to. I mean, eventually the eyes went one way, and
But if you hit him, it goes back for a little bit.
Shawn Michaels insult, by the way.
It goes back for a little bit if you.
I saw it. I don't care what anybody says. I saw that shit in the match with the Brotherhood of Destruction. I did. Run it back. Replay. I don't care what anybody. I said after this, you know what, we're gonna go up and find that clip. I gotta prove to you that his eyes went. Okay, so Bianca Belair retains.
I don't know. I'm really on the fence about that because I think, like I said, I think she's a really great role model for girls nowadays, and she's put in the work. Like she
Absolutely.
is an all-American
She's a great
athlete.
champion. She's a great champion.
Absolutely. But Asuka is Asuka, and like the fire that burned for Asuka when she first started, like that whole trail she blazed. I feel like that's
And she's the only wrestler that's come from the Japanese style that they did not
didn't
fuck
completely
over
change.
creatively. They screwed up my Pirate Princess. They fucked her. Io Shirai, she's had a very subpar after her amazing NXT run. They stuck her with Damage Control.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as a bad thing, but I feel like Io Shirai is a star on her own.
I feel like they don't know what to do with some of these people, right? It's like,
Well,
okay, they're great, and
even
people like them,
Shinsuke, Shinsuke after that awesome match with AJ that he didn't win at WrestleMania, he kicked him in the nuts and was no speaking the English.
That was the biggest disappointment, I think, because Shinsuke in Japan was God himself, and then to see somebody that people literally like worship, like sad. So I think if they give it to Asuka, it needs to be done properly. Like let her have more control over what she's doing, or like just do it well. Like don't insult like such a great name from somewhere else because they're from somewhere else.
That's fair.
In a sense, like
I see that.
give her.
And I think
dues.
Triple H does have the respect for the Japanese wrestlers.
Yes.
So I feel like with him being at the helm this time in her title reign, I think it's gonna be that NXT reign that we love so much.
We want to see. Yeah. We
No,
wanna see that.
nobody's ready for Asuka point blank.
Yeah.
So are you still picking Bianca?
Simpatico?
Are we back on the train on this thing? You fucking were on that train the whole first day. What an ass. Yes.
This match is gonna be really good. Yeah.
This is one of the matches I have been excited for since they announced it. We got Gunther, arguably the best IC champion in the modern era.
Right.
He's brought that belt back to stature beyond belief, and this man will be main eventing WrestleMania next year, going for a world title, hands down. But
before that,
he has to defend this strap, and I think he will. Gunther for the win, even though I know Sheamus, him, and Drew are going to put on one hell of a special. After what him and Sheamus did, he made me a fan of Sheamus because that match was phenomenal.
Was your guy though? Like you were not like Sheamus is my guy, but you were like
I always respected Sheamus. I always loved him, especially when he beat Roman Reigns 415. He had that. I don't give a fuck. Even when Sheamus came back and he had the weird shit. Like I even have the figure of him with that right there. I do. Like even Sheamus to me was always been entertaining.
Yes.
I always appreciated Sheamus for his ability. And I feel like we're getting the best version of Sheamus that we've seen in a long time. And Drew is great. Again, he's a fellow Scotsman. This match is all UK. This is Ireland versus England versus Scotland.
Oh my god, I didn't take that in until right now.
It is. This is the battle of UK supremacy right now.
Okay.
So this has the makings of an instant classic. This one may be the one. This will be the match that'll be synonymous with WrestleMania 39. People will remember moments, but this will be the match they remember. And I am hands down, I've already said it at the beginning while I was building this match.
Yes.
In the Battle of UK, Gunther wins.
Okay.
And not because I don't think the other two can hang.
Yeah.
Gunther just had one hell of a run.
Yeah.
And he is not going to lose this title.
Yeah, you can't stop that train now.
Not now. He is definitely going to main event next year. He'll lose the IC title,
At some point,
but it will not be
yeah.
this weekend.
Okay.
It will not be this weekend.
Okay. I'm right there with you, but here's why I think he's going to win. And I think everybody has seen this picture of Gunther when he was Walter giving somebody a chop, but he's like behind him. And the chop, like you see like the ripple, like the skin is displaced. It is so heavy hitting. That when I saw that picture, I was like, this guy's legitimately a force to be reckoned with. We know Drew McIntyre can hang, and Sheamus is like one of the best of the best. But Gunther is on fire right now. I don't see them putting it out at anytime soon.
If they do, it'll the only person that would put a fire out like that would have been Vince McMahon. And he's not behind the creative board anymore.
No, this match is going to be so good.
It's going to be epic.
Yeah.
This is the match that when this match comes on, don't talk to me, don't look at me.
Yeah.
Just
make sure I already have my
smoke it
drink
in.
and my
Exactly.
Snackies.
Exactly. Just
Leave
fuck
me
off.
alone.
Fuck off. Don't
Leave
come
me
anywhere
alone.
near me.
Yeah.
Don't come anywhere near me.
So that.
So are you picking Gunther on this one?
I am.
So we are Sapatico again. Whether she wants to be on that train or not, fucking idiot. All right, and the main event of WrestleMania is upon us. I say the main event because it is the main event. It is the one that everyone's been waiting for since he punched his ticket at his return at Royal Rumble. Booyah. Cody Rhodes versus the Tribal Chief. The head of the table. The Bloodline. Ladies and gentlemen, arguably the greatest undisputed champion of the modern era. A 3-year plus title reign. And Roman Reigns has solidified his spot in the WWE Hall of Fame. 4 years ago, nobody gave a fuck. 4 years ago, he announced his name was Joe, and he was battling leukemia, and he had to step away for a bit. He came back, he saw, he conquered. They did what I said to do,
which is crazy.
5 years ago.
Honestly, out of the whole thing, not to cut you off, but I swear to God, if somebody is listening, please send us something, just an emoji, a thumbs up, something, because there's no way that this guy planned out this whole entire fucking storyline, and it happened basically the way he said it, using the players he said to use. Like, I'm sorry.
You don't believe me? Go through the archives. It's there. It's the only episode that I kept up from our old stuff. It is the deconstruction of Roman Reigns. The last 10 minutes is all you need to listen to, where I was given the floor and I said, this is what we got to do, quote unquote. Shut him up, put him with Paul Heyman. Let him be the head of the family.
Crazy.
Not head of the table. I said head of the family. Make it like a mafioso style thing. He's the godfather. You get the Usos behind him. You bring some of the legacies, all this kind of shit. Maybe you end it off with The Rock after he has this crazy title reign. I said it all 6 fucking years ago.
Crazy.
6 years ago, word for word.
Crazy. And this was said at a time where it was in the middle where people like hated this guy. Hated him, like they were chanting, like
he beat the Undertaker, and he came out and said, "This is my yard now," and everybody said, "No, it's not. No, it's not." Nobody gave a fuck.
Nobody cared.
I said it. I said it from the get-go, and that's what made him such a force in the Shield, because Seth and Dean did all the talking, not Roman.
He was more like muscle, like, okay, this guy's tough. He's
but
big.
Put him with Paul Heyman, get him to be creatively free, and he's cut some of the best promos in his entire career. In these last 18 months, not the 3 years of the reign. But the last 18 months. He came to Toronto, and that motherfucker told everyone to sit the fuck down unless you're going to buy a Bloodline t-shirt, because Toronto, acknowledge me. It was so good. I posted it. Check out that clip. It is on my shorts on the Straight Talk YouTube page. But regardless of the fact, Roman Reigns has done his part. It's been played perfectly. Like the great Bambino, I called my shot 6 years ago, and it happened exactly the way I said it should. And with that, I tip my hat to the creative team. I tip my hat to Roman Reigns. He sold the part. It's time for him to ride off to the sunset. He deserves that break, and I'm not insulting him. I'm saying he deserves that break. He's got to stop. He's been week to week. He's been year to year. Yeah, sure, he's missed a few pay-per-views and this and that because they didn't have anything to work into the storyline because they were building to this.
Right.
It's time for Cody Rhodes to come out to America.
There for a second, the way you
dream. Listen, Cody Rhodes will come out to Daddy's music. Cody Rhodes will be wearing the polka dot shorts.
You heard it here first.
Cody Rhodes will be He will be the American Nightmare, but on Sunday, April 2nd, he will achieve his American dream. That's right. Cody Rhodes will become the undisputed champion. He may drop one of the titles eventually down the line, and we all know that the new title's already been approved.
Yeah.
It is the classic Wing It title, but with the Cody Rhodes flair, and I don't think there's a better redemption story. That's what this WrestleMania is all about. The theme of this WrestleMania is not holiday. It's not Hollywood. It's redemption. And Cody Rhodes has had the biggest redemption story to go from having a comfortable paycheck years ago to saying, no, I don't want, $3 million over 6 years. I want to show you that I'm worth $3 million now.
Right now.
And he did that. He cut his teeth. He developed one of the best wrestling schools in the world with QT Marshall in the Nightmare Factory. Cody Rhodes and wrestling is hand in hand. The Rhodes family and wrestling is hand in hand. And if he's not going to honor his father's legacy on April 2nd, it doesn't make sense. And I don't mean that in a way, with all the way they've been building it, what they've been mentioning Dream and this and that, and everybody's like, I don't like how they're bringing it. Well, why wouldn't they? They have to celebrate the Hall of Fame career that his father had.
Yeah.
And you know what would be a tip of the iceberg to me? A tip of the hat to me? I mean, I know we still signed AEW, but maybe, just maybe, they allow Dustin to kind of be in the crowd, cheer on his brother. It'd be nice. They did approve for Christian Cage to come over to do the Brood entrance with Edge, because Edge and Gangrel Christian Gangrel are going to be there to do the Brood entrance.
Yes,
So
I heard about that.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that in the match because it's not really important. It's going to be a cool nostalgic thing.
A cool moment.
But it's not going to change the complexion of the match. But regardless of the fact that they were able to approve Christian, I'm sure they're going to approve Dustin to be there. At the end of the day, Tony Khan is all about moments. That's what I noticed about Tony Khan. He's all about moments. More importantly, the moments that he creates, which are few and far between, and they last 5 seconds. But regardless of the fact, he's all about moments. And this is one of the events that, as a fan of wrestling, which he is, this is an event where moments happen.
Yeah, I think it's a culmination of a lot of things too for Cody.
I think we're going to see Brandy, Liberty, and Dustin ringside.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
And I feel like when Cody wins, he's going to do some kind of pose or something to recognize his dad. Yeah. And behind him on that screen, they're going to have Dusty Rhodes.
Of course.
I hope he comes out to sing it with me. America. Sing it. Tree. Let me tell you something, baby. I was the son of a plumber. So good. So good. R.I.P. to Dusty Rhodes, man. OG. But Cody Rhodes, that's the way the story's got to be written. Congrats. Shout out to Roman Reigns. Shout out to Paul Heyman. Shout out to the creative staff. Yeah. For finally, we can all say as wrestling fans, they got it right.
They got it right.
They got it right big time.
They got it right with that.
They got it right.
Yeah.
So I didn't get your opinion, but I don't really think it matters because I think I solidified it.
Yeah, no. I definitely think Roman needs some time off. It's been a really long time, and with all these other storylines kind of coming to an end, this would be the perfect way to kind of culminate that and start a new reign, if you will.
Pun definitely intended.
Okay, I couldn't think of another word on the spot. Okay.
You thought I was having a seizure.
I did think you were having a seizure.
I was not having a seizure. I was trying to build. Like, I was trying to build. And also, I'm not gonna lie. At that moment, my lips were a little dry.
You're like, I need a moment here. Hold on. In my geriatric age, I need a second.
Fuck up geriatric age. Get out of here. Whatever. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is our WrestleMania weekend prediction show all in one. You're gonna catch it obviously day one before WrestleMania starts in the morning. We're gonna drop it. And as always, I'm your host, your boy George Mackay. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Hit that notification button so you can get up time every time we post a video. Michelle comes on and off here and there. She's not like a staple. No, she is. She's an OG of the tripod, and I always appreciate when she comes on the shows, even though she's such a pain in the ass and very ignorant. We were united front on day one. We were down the middle, I believe, on day two, I think, near the end. Yeah, I think it was 3 for 3 on that. We agreed and disagreed.
Go back and check it. So
we do. Well, first we got to go back and see which way the eye went, and then we'll tally this up after.
Got some notes to take.
We got a lot of things to do. Anyways, guys, we'll be live tweeting, live streaming, sharing our reactions all weekend long. Michelle will be a staple in the McKay household, Straight Talk household all weekend long. So guys, feel free to chat us up, hit us up if you want. If we don't answer right away, understand that there are probably matches that are having our attention.
We're a little preoccupied.
And also don't message during the Gunther match because no one will respond. There will be no response. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Don't message us till Monday. It's probably best.
Or if you do message us, don't expect a reply.
Yeah, and don't ask for 360s. You won't get them. Anyways, peace, love, and wrestling. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to tune in next week for another great episode on all available podcast platforms and hosted on Podbean. Also, check us out on YouTube at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Instagram at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Facebook at Straight Talk Wrestling, and on Twitter at _Straight Talk. And if you feel the need to buy some sweet merch, check us out on ProWrestlingTees.com.
Leaving the scene with no trace, not in my league. You out of place. I'm not at the top. I'm outer space. Can't eat with us. We're out of place.